Welcome to another TV with the Motorola Moto E in a short review, which is a quite beautiful smartphone for only 120 bucks. So it's quite cheap, but we have everything inside that we need for our everyday use. There's 3G, front speaker, also here for making standard phone calls. We have micro USB for an easy charging. There's a charger inside with two USB outputs, which is quite handy. On the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack for conference calls. There's also a microphone, and we have a 5-megapixel camera on the back. There's no front camera. So you can see here on the side also on and off switch and volume rocker, which are really perfectly built. You just press the button on the side to unlock the phone or to wake it up. And you can also quite easily take off the back cover by just going here inside the micro USB, lifting it up a little bit, and then going all around here a little bit with your fingernails, and then you can just pop the back cover off. Well, you can see that we have almost 2000 milliamps of battery, so it really lasted me more than a day, which is quite amazing for smartphones nowadays, but the battery is really quite big compared to the only 4.3-inch display size. So here we have a nano SIM card slot, so you need a nano SIM card to use the smartphone, which is of course not that big. As you can see, you can easily just slide it in like that and then push it in. Also, micro SD card slot is quite important, which at first wasn't inside the Motorola Moto G, which you can see here. I have it with the black cover. You can change the back covers on this one also, as you can see, quite easily. So there's a micro SD card slot because we only have 4 gigs of internal memory, from which you can use about 2 actually for real usage, because the rest is needed by Android, which is Android 4.4.2 right now running on this device. As we can check out right away when we go here into the settings, all the way to the bottom here to About Phone, and you can see it right here, Moto E with 4.4.2 Android. It's vanilla Android, so there's no custom UI, no nothing, which is I think quite good. You can just go into the apps, and you can see here everything that's installed. Facebook was installed by me, Foursquare, Messenger for Facebook, MX Player, and the Temporan 2. Otherwise, everything was pre-installed, like for example Motorola Migrate, which is quite handy if you want to migrate from another smartphone. Now you can see also the display from the sides looks quite beautiful. It's a really high quality display, even though the device costs only 120 bucks, which is unusual, but Google built here everything quite nicely just inside. So as you can see here, I already have also here live tells where the German-Brazil match is going right now, and also a friend of mine has his birthday. At 30 minutes we already at 4-0. Poor Brazils. But otherwise, when we open up the Chrome browser, as we were able to see before, it's really nice to just type here on up here, because you have the standard Google keyboard, which is I think one of the best keyboards. So you can see me, I already had New York Times here open, where I can just easily browse here through everything, going up and going down, looking really quite good. It's already 5-0 for Germany. That's quite crazy if you ask me. 29 minutes. And we can also flip the screen quite easily, and you can see how fast the Snapdragon 200 dual-core 1.2 GHz processor is handling here this device. So if you open up another app, for example the camera, you will see that on the back we have here a beautiful camera with 5 megapixels, no flashlight though, which is a little bit sad since the Motorola Moto G has a flashlight and it only costs 120 bucks starting price, but there is no expandable memory right now in the Moto G, which is also a little bit sad. So you can see here it's quite fast for going up and down, left and right. And there's no front camera, but you can just slide here to the side to see a little bit the photo quality. You can edit those pictures. If there is better light, you can see even that I can quite nicely shoot my other camera, with which one I'm recording right now, the GH4 in 4K. You can see nice little details here on the leaves, but it's of course getting a little bit mushy if you just go too closely. Also here some nice shots from public viewing here with the Motorola Moto E smartphone. And if you go all the way back, then you will come back here to the device where you can also shoot 720p videos, and you have also a few settings like 16:9 or 4:3, HDR, and so on and so on. And shooting a picture is easily done by just pressing the display. So if you go to the gallery again, you were able to see already some pictures, but let me show you a little bit of a footage of a 720p video, which is running right now here. And also we can tune it up to the maximum volume, so you can see or hear a little bit here the volume on the front. But actually I have also music on here, so let's enjoy a little bit of view of Budapest here with this beautiful Motorola Moto E camera. Actually a beautiful city. If you are in Europe, please check it out. I'm there quite a lot. So video is over, but if you listen to regular music, it's of course a little bit louder. The bass, of course, not that good. But we don't need great bass, I think, if you have headphones. But for basic music listening, this is quite alright. So again, compared to the Motorola Moto G, the device is not that big. You can see it here in height, in thickness. I already did a comparison video about that, but they exactly look the same, but of course the back covers are not compatible, and also you can see there's no speakers and no flashlight on the Motorola Moto E. Also compared to a 4-inch smartphone like the Apple iPhone 5S, the Apple iPhone 5S seems to be taller. As you can see here, of course the Motorola is a little bit thicker since the battery is bigger, and it's also wider since the display is a little bit bigger, but not by much. So if you're an Apple iPhone size fan, you should definitely check out the Motorola Moto E. Or maybe also an LG G2 Mini, which is also just a little bit bigger, but the screen is a lot bigger with 4.7 inches here, which is also again quite good, but the price again on this one is about $300, not 120. And the processor is faster, everything is a lot better with LG, but as I said, it costs double the price. So what else can I show you? Of course, we can just go back here into the library of apps and game a little bit, or show you guys a little bit of performance for gaming. And then we are all finished with our review, since there's not much pre-installed on Motorola Moto E, and I can just tell you that the battery life is really lasting longer than a day for me. I would recommend to you guys also to buy a 16 gig or 32 gig micro SD, since really 4 gigs are not that much to deal with every day for pictures and apps. Already here Tempo Run was hard to install for me because I had some music on here, 1 gig. So you should definitely buy a micro SD for $20-30 to just have enough space for future apps and everything else. So, thank you much for tuning in. My name is Balázs. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This was the Motorola Moto E in a full review. Definitely gets my recommendation in the sub $100 or till $120 price range. But if you have a little bit more, just really rather buy a Motorola Moto G, because faster processor, better camera, and even a front camera and a little bit bigger screen with 4.5 inches are, I think, better than this one. But of course, for your starter needs, this is quite alright. Thank you much for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. And my name is Balázs with the Motorola Moto E.